Okay guys, this is not an easy video to make. It wasn't an easy video the last time I did this either. Never is. It's never an easy video when you're telling everybody that you're selling, especially when everybody wants the markets to continue to go up. But I'll explain to you why I'm selling. But none of this is financial or investment advice. You have to make your own financial decisions. Investing is risky. You could lose all your money. And I want to make sure I don't lose all my money. Because this is risky. Crypto is extremely risky. Okay. So with that being said, like I shared in my previous video, you look at this yellow indicator. This is the rate of change of the global liquidity chart. Raoul Pal said the rate of change is more important than the actual global liquidity chart. So this literally shows the rate of change of the global liquidity, and it shows a possible downtrend. I mean, it's not 100% accurate. It's been, I think it's 82% correlated over the last 180 days, but over the last 30 days, only 13%. So definitely not 100% correct, but it does show a downtrend until at least December 16th or so. So that's a concern. Another thing I want to look at, let me close that really quick. Another thing I want to look at is look at these little arrows. Okay, I've shown you guys this before in previous videos. If you're an OG of this channel, an OG viewer of this channel, you know what I'm talking about. But this is a big concern when we get when we get an all-time high, especially. And then we get 1, 2, 3 red arrows in a row. That is a massive warning sign. It was in March of last year as well. And we had months and months and months of sideways action. And it was brutal. So these red arrows are based on, I believe, the Gann swing indicator. I'm not an expert on it, but these 3 red arrows have been a very powerful indicator in the past when it happens directly after a peak or an all-time high, especially an all-time high. And then ignore the neutral one, ignore the circle. So we get 3 down swings in a row. The only thing that would potentially save this is if we get, since we had a massive massive liquidity event, if we get 1, 2, 3 green arrows in a row. But the problem is we're now seeing a massive dump right now, again. So if we cannot close, I think we have to close above 116,000 Bitcoin for the day. So we only have like, I don't know how many hours, 18 hours to 16 hours to close above 116. And we're very far from that currently. So that would be the only thing that would initially give me some hope, is if we close above 116 within the next 16 hours or so. If we don't do that, then I'm very concerned for the markets, the crypto markets especially. Yeah, so I got, I compiled a lot of information today from some of my sources. And in my opinion, what I've learned over the years is that when all the pieces come together with indicators and information, it's important for me and my strategy to take immediate action, because I have in the past before compiled a lot of information and put all the pieces together, but then I didn't take action and I saw my portfolio tank. Or I started listening to some other influencers and they changed my opinion. So number one, when you put all the puzzle pieces together, take immediate action. And number two, don't go out, be extremely, not even highly, be extremely selective of who you listen to. I'm not going to listen to any of the influencers, even if they have 1 million subscribers. Yeah, I'm thinking of particular ones right now, who, continue to say we're going up when previously in bull runs, at the bull run peak, they said the same thing. And they did not warn people of the downside risk. All right. So I'm going to be the outside of the box person who's going to tell you the massive risk that is potentially here at our doorstep right now. And unless, well, I can't tell you what to do. I can't give any financial advice, but for me and my strategy, I am not willing to wait out another bear market. So this could be the beginning of the bear market. And if it is, I am not willing to wait out another bear market. I know some people are, and that's great. You can just hodl, just keep holding. That's great. But I am not willing to wait out another bear market. Heck no. No way, Jose, am I going to do that. So I'm taking profits. Let me clear this up a little bit. Wait. Okay, I'll clean that up. And then, so we're going to go to the Russell 2000. So I've talked about this many times, how the Russell 2000 needs to break out into a new all-time high definitively in order for us to get an altcoin run, because that's what's happened every single time in history. Man. So let me take this off really quick. And I'm going to add also the Fed funds rate to show each time the Fed started cutting what happened to the Russell 2000. Basically what happened, in the last year is, the Fed paused for a while, then they cut for a while, and that was bullish in the short term. But then they paused. That's interesting. We actually got a big dump for the Russell. Yeah, we actually got a dump when they paused. That's interesting. And then, we did get a big, massive rebound for the Russell 2000. We got a little bit of an altcoin run, but then they started cutting again. So when is the last time we saw something similar to this? But first off, when they started cutting back here, we actually, in July last year, we actually got a 13% dump. Let's see, that was July. And then, crypto had a dump too. Whereas right now, we've only had a 5% dump after they started cutting. So 13% and 5. But then look at what happened. No, we all know what happened in 2020. Similarly, very similarly, the Fed was paused rates, then they cut, and then they paused, and then they cut again. So we are basically at this point right now. Very similar pattern. But what happened? Well, we all know what happened. We had a 42% dump, and crypto dumped even more than that. And then another time in history, we had a cut, we had a pause, then cuts, and then another pause. And then they started cutting. They just started cutting like we are now. 54% dump. All right, so this is why I am on caution. I'm on red alert. All right. And, we all wanted to believe, we all wanted to hope that this wasn't going to happen, that crypto is just going to go to the moon. But we got this massive liquidity event. 5% dump on the Russell. Huge dumps for crypto. And the fact that we got that dump right at the peak for the Russell 2000, that's not looking good. That means, if we get a rejection from the previous all-time high here again, because we got it once, twice, and this third time rejection from this level at approximately like 24 to 2500, we could have another, lengthy correction. It's certainly possible. It's definitely not guaranteed. I'm definitely not 100% certain here, maybe 50% certain. I'm just not willing to be 100% exposed to this market when we could be heading into a bear market and we're getting rejected from key levels here. I just cannot get myself to do that. All right, because I've been through this rodeo before. Okay. Of course, there are some bullish indicators. Like one of the few ones is the Bitcoin dominance, which looks like. Let's see if we look at the weekly. Well, actually, that's not even looking that bullish, but let's see. It hit down at these levels. Well, yeah, even the Bitcoin dominance looks like it's going up on the weekly with the RSI potentially. But there is bearish divergence. Let's see. Well, yeah, even the Bitcoin dominance is looking kind of bearish. Man, Bitcoin is still continuing to dump. So I have sold 50% into cash. All right, so I'm 50% cash. And I'm almost tempted to go more, but I feel like I do need to leave some in there in case we do rebound from here. You know, if we hold above 108 and then we move our way back up, you know, if Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, then we're back in the game. If XRP makes a new all-time high, we're back in the game, but we're far from that. If Ethereum makes a new all-time high, we're back in the game, but we have a ways to go. Solana is continuing to dump as well. I mean, it's just not looking good. Okay, then I have some, man, I'm fatigued. Fatigued, man, this is a lot. I wanted to show you some charts here. So BC backers come out with a lot of really powerful data here. XRP has created a structure that commonly leads to a capitulation. So that's the XRP structure. Historically, that similar structure has led to capitulation down, which is not good. So I wasn't 100% aware of this when I made the video a few days ago. But, you know, I did make a little bit of profits when I went all in XRP 3 days ago on the capitulation. We rebounded a little bit, took some profits again. So I'm definitely doing some swing trading and some day trading here, which is not my favorite thing to do. It's very stressful for me. But I mean, XRP, what it's done, it's looking kind of like this, what Hedera did, where it got a peak over here. And also Bitcoin is in the green, 2021 bull market. This looks very similar to what XRP is doing, where we got these peaks earlier this year, then a correction that was pretty brutal, then a new all-time high for the second time, but then that's all she wrote. That was it. That was the end of the bull market. And everybody at the top was saying, we're going to the moon. All right, I'm telling you. probably 98, 99% of influencers were saying, we're going to the moon when we're at the peak. And they're saying, I'm going to buy more. All right, people say the most ridiculous, stupid things. All right, in towards the peak of the bull market. We need to all be aware of that. And we're also seeing a potential Wyckoff distribution with total crypto market cap. All right, it's looking like this, or we could be heading down into phase E, it looks like, which is not good. And then Bitcoin, yeah, it's looking like the peak of 2021, where that was all she wrote. We could try to range from here, but you know, I think unless we get above like 121K, we could be having, this could be even the start of the bear market. And I just don't want to risk that right now. Once again, I'm not 100% sure. I'm like 50% sure. Yeah, but it looks kind of like this, where that was the bear market after that. This is Wyckoff distribution again. This is here's the schematic of the Wyckoff distribution. And yeah, this is looking very similar to the purple line is the start of the bear market in 2021. And we just got a massive liquidation dump. So unless we get a new all-time high, this is not looking good. Could be the start of the bear. which means number go down for a certain amount of time. XRP, you know, I was hoping we were going to rebound from here, but the fact that we've, you know, we had recent all-time highs and then we're getting the liquidation event is not good. People are comparing this to COVID-19, that crash, but that was at the bear market lows. This is towards the market peak and we're getting a liquidation event. That's not good. Usually that's not a great thing. I mean, the feeling of this event 3 days ago was kind of the feeling of like the Luna crash. And that was a bear market. And number kept going down. So there could be a bit of a rebound, but it might not be very high. It might not even get above like $2.70, $2.80. But even that's not even guaranteed. Even the rebound for XRP is not even guaranteed. It could just continue down from here, which would be absolutely brutal. Then we look at these MACD crosses, which on the total market cap, we're getting a potential cross down, which historically is not good at all. So that's another concern. So with all these concerns, I'm not sure how this is going to end up. And about 50-50, so I personally have to take some risk off the table in case we have just massive more downside. All right, so that's just what I'm deciding to do. You guys got to make your own decisions. But yeah, I didn't even want to come on today, but I feel it is my duty and my honor to share what I'm doing. Hopefully I'm not right. Hopefully the price does go up from here. Hopefully we get new all-time highs in November. In that case, I'll buy back in. I'll probably take 10, 20%. I'll probably miss out on 20% probably of upside, but I'm willing to take that bet when all these indicators are not looking so great. Not looking good. Okay, also the astrology. With the Bitcoin BlackRock ETF, we're seeing a major negative November 17th with Saturn conjunct the IBIT Neptune, which typically is really not good. But then it's in orb on October 23rd, so there's even a possibility number could continue to go down October 23rd, heading into November, December. Yeah, so that's a concern. And then also, where is it? This cyclical indicator is showing more possible downside with Bitcoin, with Ethereum. Ethereum's looking worse. And then Solana's looking really bad. Yeah, so this is pretty shocking, really surprising. So yeah, it wasn't a fun day, like selling a lot of my bags and selling some at losses. But from what I've learned, it's time to seize the moment and take immediate action. All right. Yeah, here the people are popping on. Oh, my daughter's gonna come in. We're gonna get some distractions here. Okay, my daughter's joining the video. On this sad day, let's get some joy in our lives. Hi, Elisa. Okay, I'm gonna need to finish this video, okay?
Why?
Because
it's so boring, Daddy. You never give me much attention.
Inner child said this is boring. Yeah, this is pretty boring, actually. Okay, so we're getting some entertainment from my daughter. I know, we don't want the bull run to end, but it always ends before we're ready to call it. That's what happens. Bear brings bull, remember the lessons and win again. Yes, exactly. The lessons are the most valuable thing. Jack, if bull run has ended, when bear bottom astrologically, please reply. I cannot tell you exactly. Elisa, can I finish this video, please? And then I'll play with you.
Why?
Because I need to do this real quick. Because people are asking questions. Please? Can I just finish it really quick?
Why?
Because I'm trying to help people here. Trying to remember what the question was. Oh, yeah, okay. My daughter's distracting me. All right. Comment below if you like my daughter on the video. Okay, here's the chart. So, Elisa, hold on. So basically, we do have... Oh, the inner child is bored right now. That's for sure. We have another total lunar eclipse on March 3rd of next year. And typically those are extremely bearish. So there's a chance, there's no guarantee, but there's a chance that around March 3rd, maybe give or take a month or a couple months. Elisa, please stop. March 3rd could be the bear market bottom, possibly. Not guaranteed. I have to do a lot more research, honestly. No. I don't want to break this, honey. Yeah, so maybe March 3rd, give or take a couple months. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys. As my daughter is in my face. Okay, I have to answer some... Elisa, I have to answer more questions. Do you understand? Okay? I need you to leave, please. Unless the people want you to stay on. Lisa, your father is great. The markets are boring. Yeah, the markets are boring, not me. Hey, Lisa, I don't want you to break that. Please. Please. Okay, I need to finish this real quick. If you sell now, you will lose. Elon will announce his money. Okay.
Did you know this is actually my teapot?
Thanks, Jack. Okay. Hey, Lisa, I really need to finish this. Do you understand? Did you sell all or just some of your holdings? I sold 50% today. It was painful. It's always painful to sell towards the bull market peak. It's always painful. That's how it's designed to be. I could be wrong, and if we go off on the bull market, then I'll let you guys know what I do. I'll probably buy back in. All right. So, as my daughter is distracting, I'll have to wrap this up. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below. And Godspeed. Sending prayers to everyone out there. All right, much love.